Welcome to Change. I'm Bonnie Carlin from the Senior Cafe at the Barn in Schaumburg, and I welcome everyone. As we approach Flag Day on June 14th, we'd like to explore patriotism and things about our flag today. It was George Washington in June of 1776 that approached Betsy Ross and asked her to create the first American flag for this fledgling nation. On June 14th of 1777, the Second Continental Congress adopted the flag as our national symbol. But it wasn't until Woodrow Wilson declared Flag Day on, it was May 30th of 1916, and Flag Day became a national holiday. Although not a federal holiday, and our banks and other institutions are open, Flag Day has become a symbol of our patriotism and love for our country. Our flag leads our Army into combat, and some of those who pledge to defend our country and our flag sometimes lose their lives. Our flag also stands proudly on the moon, even as we speak today. And today we have a great panel with us. I'd like to introduce first Dick Amran, who was in the in the Air Force. We have Tom Conaway, who was with the Army, and Ken Marshall of the Navy. Thank you for being here, gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you for asking.
Yeah. Dick, can we start with you? Can you tell us a little bit about your service?
Well, I was in the training command in the Air Force, and what I used to do is train mechanics work on hydraulic systems on aircraft. And I did that for most of my time in the Air Force.
And Tom?
I was in the Army Security Agency. We did some monitoring of places of interest and handled high-speed communications to and from the remote sites in Washington.
Okay, and Ken?
I was aboard a destroyer, DD-844, the Perry, and I was a log room yeoman for my time aboard ship, and it was quite enlightening. It was enjoyable and sometimes a little scary. The Perry was a ship named after Oliver Hazard Perry, which people know from Erie, Pennsylvania, in that area. And it had a good war record, and we spent all the time with various drills and so forth. At one point we were off in the Mediterranean on a station off of Lebanon, and we did that for our entire 6 months in the Mediterranean, and then we got back to the States and found the situation that when we come back from Liberty that they were loading stores, the lights were on, and they told we had an hour to get underway. And however, that did not end up into a conflict. So I was between Korea and Vietnam.
Wow. Tom, I wanted to ask you, what does the flag mean to you?
Well, the flag is a symbol of our country, and it has special meaning for us in the Legion because we do a flag ceremony over in Hoffman Estates to honor deceased veterans. I'm also on the Hoffman's Commission, so the Legion does it one weekend, the Commission does it 2 weekends, and the VFW over in Streamwood does it one weekend. And it's very rewarding to see the faces of the relatives and whatnot that come out to honor their relatives who have deceased.
How about you, Dick?
Well, as Tom said, it's a symbol of our country, and To me, it's every time I see the flag and salute the flag and hear the national anthem and that, it creates a sense of pride in me. It's our nation, our freedoms, our liberty, and that just it does something for me. That's something that I'm very proud to be able to do.
How about you, Ken?
I've participated whenever possible in Flag Day. I think I've been with the barn get together on the 14th of or Flag Day every year for the last 3 years, and I fly the flag at my house all the time. They have light on it, and I am very proud, and I expect everybody else to honor the flag as we do, whether you've been in the military or not.
Do you have any interesting facts about our flag, Dick?
Well, I don't know if too many people know that wasn't the only flag that was used during the Revolution. There was probably 15, 20 or more flags. Each state had their own flag. Some of the different commands had their own flag. And as you said, it wasn't until later that the actual flag was commissioned to be flown. And then the flag only had 48 stars up through the Second World War until we finally brought on Alaska and Hawaii, which brought it up to the 50 stars it is today.
How about you, Ken? What does a flag mean to you? And, do you have any interesting little tidbits about the flag?
Well, I was always raised to honor the flag, and being in the Boy Scouts, we had our flag program. Going into the Navy made it more meaningful because of what can happen. I think that when we were going into particular situations and flying the banners and all the flags on the ship, it was quite impressive. And while we were always, honoring the flag, it made such a difference when you were practicing war. And I always like to see the flags up and down the street where I live.
How about you, Tom?
Well, I was reminded of a funny story. We were guests on a opening day of a yacht club in Vancouver, British Columbia. And the owner of the boat we were on sent my brother back to dip the flag as they went by the commander of the yacht club. And we were standing up front as we went along, and all of a sudden he got a panic attack. And he says, "Oh no, I sent a Yank back to dip the flag, and the Yanks don't dip their flag for anybody."
That's a great story, Tom. We're going to be right back and talk a little bit more about the American flag and our patriotism and Flag Day.
What's so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and
Welcome back to Change. We're talking about our country, our flag, and particularly the holiday of Flag Day. And we have our distinguished panel with us. What I wanted to ask was, can you give me any information on how the flag is to be displayed?
Well, it should always be lighted at night if you're going to fly it at night. If you're flying it with other flags, it should always be on the right or the highest flag, either way. If you do have others and you want it centered, then the flag should be higher than the others. When you're at a meeting like we're sitting here now, the flag over here on our right is the proper place rather than on the other side. Carrying the flag in parades, the flag should either be the first in the parade, or if it's in alignment in the parade with other flags, again, it should be on the right.
Very good. Do you have anything to add to that, Ken?
He covered it all real well.
Tom?
Yeah, there is one exception where the flag can be at the same height as other flags, and that's when there's flags of multiple countries,
Oh, okay.
and then they should all be flown at the same height.
Mm-hmm.
And the one exception is if there is a memorial or something where the our flag has to go to half-mast, then we usually remove the other flags from the display.
Oh, okay. Ken, what do you do when a flag is ready to be retired, like old or tattered?
Well, you would contact the Boy Scouts, or you would contact the VFW or the American Legion, someplace where it would be taken care of properly.
Mm-hmm. And Tom, do you know the proper, ceremony?
There's a rather involved ceremony that we've done. It involves bugle call with a special call to the flag, and we honor it even though we are taking it to be burned. And then there's words sent, and it's quite a moving ceremony. The last time we did it with the Boy Scouts and the VFW 2202 here in Schaumburg.
How about you, Dick?
Yeah, that's the flag, whether it's tattered or even faded, it should be replaced. And rather than just throwing it away, you can give it to any member of the Legion or VFW or Scouts, as Tom said. And even some of the police stations have it. I know Hoffman does. They have a place to put them, to hold them for us for a flag retirement. When we retire the flag, it's, as Tom said, also a very complete ceremony honoring the service that the flag provided and the very respectful way that it is retired then and burned as what the retirement is, basically.
Have any of the people who have offered the flag for retirement ceremony ever been present at those ceremonies that you know of?
I don't know of anyone personally. I mean, I retired a flag. I have a flagpole out in front of my house too, and every time the flag needs to be replaced, I keep the other one ready for the retirement, and I participated in retirement ceremonies. So,
Yeah, usually where are they held?
Depends on the organization and the size of the group. I've seen some groups where they have a very large ceremony and they invite the public, and it is actually open to the public. But they have a very, very large group there and go through the prescribed ceremony.
I guess there are some places in town also that will accept flags. Tom, do you know of any others that would do that?
There used to be one in the city hall too that we pick up.
Yeah.
And there are many different ceremonies. I've seen some that where the flag is separated, all the stripes are
Really?
individually put into a fire, and all with great respect for the flag. And it's nice to see things like that.
Wow. If you had a chance to speak to any of our young veterans coming back from Iraq or Afghanistan, what would you tell them, Ken?
Well, thank you for standing up for the United States and offering their lives for them. When I'm traveling, whenever I see a veteran, I congratulate them and thank them for what they're doing, man or woman. It's only the right thing to do.
Yeah, how about you, Dick?
Well, I do the same as far as congratulating them that, and what I also do, we have a motto in the American Legion. It's veterans still serving, And so what I try and do is get information from them to see if they are aware of all their benefits and that they have coming to them. So we try and get them involved and see if they're having any problems or what they need or if we can help them in any way. So that's, and their families, and that also applies to their families.
Very good. How about you, Tom?
I'm very proud of their service, and I tell them that when the Guardian came back and they greeted him over at the Streamwood High School football field, it was a very moving thing, and I had a friend who came back, and very glad to see him back safe and sound.
Yeah, that's great. I know a lot of songs have been written about our flag too. Can you name any, Ken?
Battle Hymn of the Republic.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, and I can think of a couple others, like You're a Grand Old Flag, and let me see, Star Spangled Banner, of course. Yeah. So, and what do we like to sing at the barn? God bless America. Yeah. And they all have connotations to the flag as well. Now, we're talking about the American Legion before. Is there anything special the Legion does on Flag Day?
Well, we many times are invited to some of the schools to talk to the children and tell them, about our service and what we feel about the flag and so forth. We sometimes put on ceremonies at nursing homes and things like that too. Some of the folks specifically invite us over to do these things. So we're proud to do it. We're very happy to do that. We like to do it.
That's great. How about you, Tom?
We did a very similar thing over at Friendship Village for people that are shut in and can't get out to see flag ceremonies. It's nice to see that even some of the people that are bound to wheelchairs are trying to stand up to when we bring the flags in.
That's great. As far as the youth of our country, what would you have to say to them, Ken?
To respect the flag, respect the service people that are giving their lives and fighting for the country.
Very good. Thank you for the information. We're going to take a break right now, but we'll be right back talking about patriotism and Flag Day. Welcome back to Change. We're talking about the American flag and patriotism today with our great panel. And we were talking about what would you say to the youth of America today if you had a chance? Dick?
Well, I think the most part is to respect the flag and what it stands for. And it stands for everything that they have right now, the freedom, the freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of press, everything. And it's something that, to myself, it gives me I get a sense of pride every time I look at the flag and what it means. I look at the Constitution once in a while. I keep a copy of that and I read it every now and then. And the wording in it is just, it's very powerful in how they worded things, and you think about what they had experienced that made them word it that way. And I try and bring that to the kids and say, think about that, read that Constitution, and think about what they meant when they wrote those words. It's very important.
Yes, our forefathers in this country were very brilliant in putting forth the Constitution as it is. When you think back to it, they didn't have much time
That's
to
right.
work those out. And yet they came up with a workable constitution that has lasted us over 200 years.
Right.
You know? And Tom, what would you say to the children growing up today?
Well, I think one of the most rewarding things that they can do to honor the flag is to find some way to help out in government service, whether it be in the armed services or something else, to help further, our great country. Everybody thinks as soon as they go into the service that they're going to be in a combat zone, but for every man that's in the field, there's usually 10 people behind it, and supply and logistics and other things like that. So I know for myself, as a 21-year-old, I had more authority than I ever had, later in life, and more responsibilities. And it always makes me proud to know that that's the reason that flag up there is the reason that I was, so avid about doing the job and doing it well.
Very good. We have our own Flag Day celebration coming up on June 14th, as we do every year, usually at the Municipal Center. And I know that several of you have helped out during the Flag Day celebration, especially you, Ken. Would you like to tell us about your part in the celebration?
Well, we have our setup. We have placed a very large group of seniors coming in that are celebrating with us. We have some veterans. We help the people in wheelchairs get to the tables. We participate in serving the food and making sure that they're taken care of, all their needs are taken care of, whether it's a cup of coffee or a drink of water, and make sure that they all have a flag.
Very good. And Tom, you've been around our Flag Day celebration as well, right?
Not yet.
Not yet, huh?
No.
Well, we're inviting you to come down
That's
and
true.
join us if you have the time. And
I will definitely be there this
We'd
year.
love to see you. How about you?
Yeah, I haven't been to one yet, but I've been to other ceremonies and that too. But I'd like to see this one too.
Oh, that would be great.
Interesting.
Yeah, because we have a lot of things going on. We have, great food. I think hamburgers or chicken or whatever, and then we have like watermelon and all the rest of it. There's plenty of water so people don't get dehydrated. And also they have the tents. Everybody's under a tent, so you're out of the sun. On a particularly hot day, that can be very nice. We have a lot of speeches, from maybe officials or people who are active in the community, and entertainment. A lot of singing and other things. And of course, there's our big bingo. Everybody loves that. There's a lot of organizations that help out with that, and donate a lot of the products that we give out. It's very simple to get tickets. All you have to do is call Kieran at the barn. The number is 847-524-7496. And you can ask information about it or get your tickets there. And we have a lot of people that we want to thank for helping out with Flag Day and making it as big a celebration as it is. We wanted to thank the Village of Schaumburg, the Village of Hoffman Estates, Schaumburg Library, Friendship Village, also Harris Bank, and other organizations that volunteer for our Flag Day celebration. All of them have given so much to the community. We really appreciate that. Any of you going to be there then?
Yes, I'll be there at
You'll be there
10:30
for
for
sure.
starting set up and
Oh, they'll be great.
making sure that.
Uh-huh.
And by the way, part of the entertainment, they always sing the service song, whether
Oh.
it's the Navy, Army, they do them all.
So do they hand out sheets so everybody could sing along, or do they sort of just stay on the stage and sing?
I think they sing along. I don't believe we've passed out the songs. That's something we probably should
I think
do.
it would be a good idea
Yeah.
because I think a lot of our participants would like to share in the patriotism and feel good.
I've hummed a couple notes that I forgot.
Yeah, that may be the case. But there's so many songs about the flag and so many ways to honor it. And that's what we should go about doing, not just on Flag Day, but every day of the year, you know. It's a wonderful event. And I look forward to seeing you there, as well as our seniors who are viewing this program. We will welcome you to come to Flag Day. I know you'll really enjoy the celebration of patriotism and honor for our flag. So thank you for watching and I hope to see you there. Bye-bye.